There's an inner barrel, and it can be a grease drum. I have to have a, I'll show you, a keg, a beer keg, and you basically drill a hole in the bottom of the keg. You can weld blades on the keg, or you can just take it and set the brick underneath of it in 3 spots. Same way with this 40-gallon here. You don't need legs. You could just set it up on the brick. This here happens to be I welded the nipple on, so I could put the cap on it if I ever wanted to stop it from burning, and it'll shut it down. But basically, you drill your hole in the keg or in the barrel, you insert the PVC pipe, and then you start putting your sawdust in. And as you put your sawdust in, you pack it tight around the pipe and around until you get it up toward the top of it. Leave you enough room to wiggle the pipe out. Once you get your sawdust in there, pack it all right, wiggle it out. You basically you light a napkin, a piece of paper, run it, just drop it down the hole, and depending on
that keg that you have in there has a hole in the bottom of it.
Yeah,
that slips over this 90 in there.
No. It's just open.
Okay.
The keg inside, I welded legs on to keep it up.
Okay, so you have a space off the bottom.
Yeah, so that air can come through here and go through the hole that's in the bottom of the keg.
So once your draft starts, then that stops the air from rising around the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also I took and I put another lid on the inside and just bolted it on, because I wanted, when the heat came up, I wanted the lid. In theory, I'm thinking it'll push it back down over the sides in order to get more heat.
Okay.
On the sides.
So rather than stagnant heat on top, you're keeping it circulating.
Yeah. So that it'll go and then go out the pipe. And you can see it burns pretty clean.
Yeah.
Has that been burning all day?
And it works out. It works out real well if the sawdust is somewhat dry, but. It takes a while if you got a little moisture to it, but it worked out fine.
How long has this been burning?
Normally, if I don't open it up all the time, this will last 6 to 8 hours. I've had it last up to 8 hours, but I've been opening it up, showing everybody the flame, and actually it will.
Keeps going up.
Yeah, it basically implodes.
Yeah.
And at the bottom of it, when it all burns up, it'll probably be maybe a gallon of air left at the bottom of it.
That's a stainless like a beer keg?
Yeah, but you could use
Steel vessel.
Just 5 more minutes.
Yeah, he just won't. Yeah.
Wussy.
But yeah, here, your turn.
Yeah.
But it works out great. I mean, it's something to do with your sawdust. Everyone, you got sawdust all over the place.
Well, where I get my free wood, I can get free sawdust.
Yeah, so
Lots of it.
yeah, and it works out real well. If you got a small garage or something, or work area, this will work out fine. You can put a box fan in behind it, and I mean it gives off pretty good heat.
Yeah,
You can also clean the top up real well and just put directly right on it.
Well, as you can tell, I hadn't done that in a day or two. Either cleaned or cooked on it.
So the door down below.
Well, this is what I came up with in theory. I also use it to make charcoal.
Okay.
So I'll take and put the cap on here. I've got to redo this door, but the door opens up so I can get the ash and stuff out.
Okay. Now, so is it pulling air in that door now too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter where it gets its air.
No.
Okay.
No. But it's just another brainstorm that I have from time to time. Try to do a
That inner barrel is pretty well insulated.
So we could probably use this in the morning when it's chilly and you want to get out.
Yeah, this is going to be over next week.
I've already had a request for someone.
Just so you know,
They want it for 10 tonight. The solar panels that I brought, one is this one here. I basically use
That's how we heat our water.
for it's portable.
Can I ask you a question on this first?
Sure.
When you put that tube down the
Yeah, we
middle,
just
pack the
have it in
sawdust
water.
in,
Yeah.
do you ever have any problems with the sawdust imploding when
No.
you pull it out?
You got to pack it. Some people will take like a sledgehammer and tamp it down.
Yeah.
I just usually take it, just tamp it down with my hands all the way around it, make sure that it's packed in there pretty good and tight. And then when you just wiggle this out, don't just try and pull it straight out. If you wiggle it out, it seems to work a little bit better where it won't implode. Now, some people say you can put dirt on top, or you can put cat litter, or you can put sand on top, and it acts as like a weight. As this thing's burning, it'll go down more evenly.
Collapse.
And
Yeah.
so do you have to wait?
Collapse.
So it works pretty good the way it is, you know. But
To reload, can you put any in while it's burning,
No.
or you have to let it burn
you
all
gotta
the
let
way out and
it. You
restart?
gotta right. You gotta let it burn all the way out. And if when you look for barrels, just look for another barrel for the inside. That way you can have one set.
Cartridge ready to go right
Yeah.
in. Take that one out.
Take that one out.
That's a good idea.
I got another beer keg that.
Yeah.
I went online and asked you guys what to do with these beer kegs. You remember? Or
How
beer
many
keg?
more you got though?
Well,
Are
I got
any of them
one.
full?
One a week you get. Oh, one a week.
And, and so we took and came up with that idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's where good ideas come from, a keg a week.
Yeah.
This little panel here I came up. School needed some lights for when the kids cross the street. Actually in the parking lot, and well, it was a thought that I had for the kids, but it ended up the teacher didn't actually want to wheel it out, wheel it back in, and be responsible for making sure it got set in front of a window so it would get recharged. And I told him basically it didn't have a coffee cup holder on it. The reason why it didn't want it. And I gave it to him, and he didn't want it. But it'll tell you how many volts is in the battery over here on the meter, or you can turn this on. And this is just basically a paint pole. And we took a T-bar and put on top, and then put LED lights on it. Without putting it on charge or setting it in the sun, these LED lights will run 72 hours.
On a 12-volt automotive battery?
Yeah.
Okay.
One car battery?
Yeah.
One car battery. 72 hours.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
But these lights are probably run about $50 a piece. But they last a long time. With them being LEDs.
Have you got an inverter built into that?
Yeah. And one that tells you how many watts is, that's your meter.
That's a volt meter.
How many volts is in your battery, and the other one will give you your lights.
Oh, there's switches. Okay.
Sweet.
And then, like I say, what I was doing, I was raising it in the parking lot, and then I could shine the lights down like on the crosswalk, so the Indianapolis 500 drivers delivering their kids would slow down to see if someone was coming, because they are more important. But yeah, so I work with an engineer in Cincinnati, Tim Moeller, and we came up with this idea on these solar panels. He had them on a hose reel, and he wasn't getting a whole lot of response out of them, and I go through a hardware store and look at stuff and say, what can I build with that, or what can I do with that? So Home Depot had these on a display for, I guess, for their outdoor patio. And I started out with that one, the single one. And basically these are vinyl solar panels that'll go out 18 feet on each, and this one's a double, so it'll go 18 feet that way, 18 feet that way. This one here will you can hook up to a refrigerator, keep the refrigerator going. And there again, it too will give you, when you're not using it, you can roll it up. And this is primarily, I come up with these primarily for people in apartments when their lights go out. They're not allowed to have a gasoline generator in their house. So I figured if they gotta have a patio, they could set one of these out on the patio, and they could run say a 5 or 6 way plug, and run it into the house, and they could plug in their lights, have lights, and the most important things, you know, you could plug in your cell phone, your laptop.
You can charge your neighbors to plug in their cell phone.
Yeah, whatever works for you. But this one here, we have like a patent pending on this one. This one we finished that up just before we started out here. But down then, didn't bring the batteries. Yeah, so and that's what these here.
How many batteries?
Well, you can do deep cycle battery for each one of them. If you want to do 2 for each one of them, it's, you know, however much. Because if you put it out, it'll charge those batteries. You can have a whole. They got the inverters in here and charge controllers.
No pictures.
Too late.
I gotta mount these, and then so.
How durable are these things?
Well, he's got Tim Moeller. He has 6 of them on his porch, and he's had them on his house probably a couple of years. And I was telling one of the other fellows, his electric bill averaged $39 a month.
But when you're rolling and folding like this all the time, I'm rolling them.
They don't hurt.
So those are meant to be roofing panels, or put on the roof at it? Or?
Yeah, you could put these. I think they're actually made for metal roof. The panels like on a metal roof.
Okay.
Because on the back side they actually have a adhesive that you can pull off, and where you can glue them down.
You know how many blocks each one's ready? You get these in length?
About 150 each one of them. Yeah. So that's 300. And that one's about 150.
So they come in different lengths? You buy them by
So far I've seen just this length. Now they may be, and these here run about 250, 275 dollars. I thought it was.
We have solar on our house.
Oh, you mean the panel?
Panel.
Yeah,
Right, a couple times.
yeah, you're talking solid. These run about 250,
I have no idea what the sizes are.
For the whole roll? For the roll, yeah, 18 feet. Oh, no.
Easily be 150 degrees.
Yeah, you gotta plug them in. I got to plug in.
Fewer planes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's mama's domain.
Right. Coffee wampus. So we're in the process of tweaking this one. And we got to draw it up, down in the hole. Go about. See, I'm sure there's no.
least this way everybody gets it.
And you can set it.
A slip.
Yeah. Make
Yeah,
it
well,
fast,
it's,
right?
you know, close
And
to
it's
the-
not, and we're coming, the next ones are going to have collapsible handles, so the handles won't even stick out. And you could actually just put it up against the wall then.
So your battery's gonna be.
You know where some sawdust is,
Yeah.
don't you?
Space on each side.
Yeah. Well, when these roll out, the battery will fit here and here, and then the your inverter we're going to mount with probably Velcro, something you can still get to.
Right now, we're going to take away.
You know, that kind of thing.
That's what I'm wondering, how many batteries can you fit in?
Well,
You can get one in front of the roll, right?
yeah, you could probably get 2 on each side, depending on, you know, depends on the kind you get. But see, when you sell something like this, you can't put batteries in because they won't allow it. You can't ship batteries. You can because of the acid or whatever. It's well, it's like airplanes. You can't ship anything like that on an airplane. So yeah, so yeah, the hazmat part of it. So we normally, when we sell something, we'll just send them a coupon to go get a gift certificate at Lowe's or Home Depot, whichever one, and then they can pick out. That way, if they want a better battery than what the cost is, they can go the difference, you know. And he also does permanent magnet motors, flywheel lock type things. It's his website is prestowind.com.
Yeah, that
He's
almost sounds abusive, doesn't it?
he does this 24/7.
Remember the Argos Burning?
Yeah. Yeah, he also does windmills, but it too has the meter on the side. It has 2 receptacles. Gives you your test here.